Hello and welcome back to Vampyr. Okay, let's get out of here. Last time we spoke with Charlotte. We do have some quests, don't we? Find an exceptional restaurant from this guy. I might do.
Mary?
Here we spoke with this guy. There's Charlotte.
Where shall I eat tonight?
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny. I didn't want to sound selfish.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
Okay, that's nice.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
He has migraine. I have to help him. West Enders must unite. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them control you. They are amongst us. They lust after our soul. Vampires are real. Defend your community. Crossley. Oh, dude. So this is a new region I need to explore. How big is the map? I think this is the last region of the map, so I assume we're pretty close to the end? Or the middle? That would depend. I just found a book. Okay, you're fine. I need to find this unknown person. He's gonna be the main character for this region, I guess.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Forgive me. With the epidemic, I tend to forget people are supposed to sleep at night.
I'll tell you what. Come back tomorrow for tea. I'll be glad to see you then.
Yes, tomorrow. After sundown, because, you know, thanks. Yeah, let's go talk to the Escalon Club.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Or that. Thanks for reminding me.
Women die too in this war.
They're all around you.
I need to purchase myself a sword. How do I get up there? Okay, I remember this place. I was complaining that I can't jump over the fence even though it's extremely easy. Can't enter this door. Okay, I was just here. Okay.
It could be someone you know. Even someone you're close to.
Support the equality between men and women.
Okay, even if we do support that equality, you do realize that black women won't be able to vote. Well, I guess you have to count your victories. Hello?
It's one of them.
Good handlebar. I hope that helps me upgrade my weapon. Okay, this place seems stable, at least.
Over there! There's one of them! Get a taste of this!
Not him.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them! That leech is
The thing is, I can't get ahead.
Killing's all you deserve. All of your bloody leeches need killing. I'll send you to hell.
Disturbing. Okay.
It's locked. I cannot enter.
Alrighty. Yeah, go this way.
Right to vote is only the first step.
Okay, can I enter this place? No. Where should I go to find this woman? I mean, this quest doesn't make any sense. Why does it need to be a puzzle? You need to reach her house. You know where she lives.
All around you, waiting for you.
can't jump there. Let's take a look. Can I go from here? Just ignore him. So that plant goes out the window. Okay. We need to get up there. I'll try from my house. Maybe there's a way I can go from there. Because I don't remember where my house is, so I have to look it up.
Women die too in this war.
Fine, let's go to Escalon. Then we'll continue with the quests.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
One would ask, why would they attack this place? Vampiric sense. When looking for a citizen, don't forget your vampiric sense, yeah. Something you obviously didn't need. Okay. That's a lot of people in this club.
Good evening.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reid. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him. Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reid.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She has proved to be helpful on many occasions.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Garda Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reid, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
How dare you speak so flippantly of my family?
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reid. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
Before
Please,
I agree to join the club.
this is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reid, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Well, that was fun. Funny. Dumb. Anyway.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Bearer.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Well, he deserved it.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reid, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
Skulls are hostile vectors of contagion. That is a fact. But first and foremost, they are victims.
I agree, Dr. Reid. Most of the new Skulls who roam the streets at night used to be good British citizens. But they must be put down nevertheless.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reid. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Songs around the city. What is malevolent?
Cool.
Skulls have been spotted everywhere in London. We are losing this fight.
A good dagger. You just acquired a new type of hand weapon. Absorb blood. Let's take a look at this beauty. Which one should I... So we directly absorb blood with this. Can I take the sword? No? Basement key. This is intriguing. What does a vampire hide in his basement, I wonder? Look at them all. I actually like this part of the game. That's not the basement. One would assume that it is. I mean, it has blood on the door, which clearly entitles Vampire to say, this is basement. The Ascalon Club is an association of gentlemen secretly aiming for the protection of the Crown's interests. I founded it in 1837 to honor the patronage legacy of my maker, William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke and true protector of England. All the members of the club must be good extraction and flawless mortal fiber. Since the club accepts mortal members who will be duly observed and valued as proper candidates for mortality, the goal of the club is to impose respectable traditions, the behavior amongst good vampire society, but also to promote the extent, the imperial hegemony of England. We are the true elite of British society. We are Ascalon, the Holy Lance, held by Saint George, protector of England. When the saint slew the dragon, as lance bearers ourselves, we vow to defend the Empire's interest. From the Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. There must be something here I can use. As Ascalon member, we always tend to respect etiquette. We are, in all ways, members of the good society, sometimes recognized as public figures. We do not find our delight in origin and bloodbath. like our adversaries assert we do, and if one of us were caught in such caricature and immoral act, we would receive the appropriate opprobrium. But what about the blood? What about its recreational use? How could we deny the escancy the vermilion ambrosia brings us? And with what else would we douse? With as any good fraternity should. To answer this delicate question, the law of conduct inside the club goes as follows. As long as the original mortal vessel is not brought inside our wall, each member is allowed to drink whatever he wants for his own usage, or to share it with friends. Drink what you want, deal the way you want with the original vessel, but never inside the club. Unless I personally authorize it on some special occasions, of course. From the Law of Askel by Lord Redgrave, the founder. Okay. Can't go inside there.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid.
Thank you.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient
Support the
vampire.
equality between men and women. Women die too in this war.
Okay, let's go and talk to the wife of this man. Let's talk to him as well.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Do you need...
It's a little...
I will see you... Tell me what you have discovered about vampires, Clarence.
They've always been here. And if you search for long enough, you realize others know about these devils too. I'm not alone.
What do you mean you're not alone? Who have you met?
The Guard of Prewin, the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, Ichabod Throgmorton. Those names always pop up when you dig deep enough.
Have you spoken with any of them?
No. With the quarantine, it's almost impossible to leave the West End. But as a doctor, maybe you could, Johnny.
Are you asking me to help you prove the existence of vampires, Clarence?
Yes, Johnny. Please, gather all the information you can find about vampires and bring it to me. You're the only friend I have left. I need you.
Have you shared your research with anybody else?
No. But I've published my leaflets all across the city, hoping that someday someone will realize I'm printing the truth.
Clarence, why have you distributed leaflets about vampires all across the West End?
I have to warn everybody about them. They've killed thousands of people already, unnoticed thanks to the epidemic. We are all in danger here.
Vampires in London? Come on, Clarence. Who's going to believe that?
I'm not mad, Jonathan. You have to believe me. I know they are real. They're all around us, even as we speak.
Clarence, you've always been a reliable and a good friend to me. If you say you saw a vampire, then I believe you.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for your trust. You don't know what that means to me.
It's all right. But if you want my help, you have to explain exactly what happened.
First time it was in Rouen. I saw an officer drink the blood of a soldier. I saw its teeth, saw it bite. It was a vampire, Johnny, and they're here too.
Ooh, how awesome would be that if you were fighting during World War I as a vampire. But no, instead they went with this. Okay, I guess it's cool.
Clarence, tell me about the vampire you saw in France.
I was enjoying my leave in Rouen. I left the bar, took a shortcut back to the barracks. I saw it in a back alley. An officer in a stained uniform, biting into a soldier's neck.
Did you ever see that officer again?
No. He wore the uniform of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment. I did some research, but found no trace of him. He probably stole it from a previous victim.
Again, I do believe this game would be more interesting if it was taking place in Germany.
But you were drunk, weren't you? Are you sure these two men were not just kissing?
Please don't insult me, Johnny. I hid, and I saw him leave. Then I saw the body, drained of all blood. I've seen the same marks here in London since I've returned.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
Okay, that's actually a good tip, and I have to check it out.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Charlotte, I bet you can help a little.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys. A nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
There is a saying, if you ask 5 sources and they all give you the same answer, probably there is a connection. Okay, now let's go and prepare a medicine for the guy. Is there anyone else sick? No, only him. He has a migraine. Okay.
Women of all countries unite!
Wish to stay tonight.
It's locked.
Okay, my mother is here, so she's fine. That should probably help. By the way,
Yes, Jonathan.
I cannot stash things. Oh, great. Anyway. West End. Let's take a look. So.
Women of all countries unite!
Good evening, old chap.
I won't.
Do you need...
It's a little...
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
You need...
So, Emily is missing. I have to talk to the woman. No, it wasn't this one. I think it was over there. Okay then, it's not here either. What is this? Lyglawn. Edmund Rostad. Doris Fletcher. Fletcher, I've heard that name before. Okay, we were going to go there and try to speak with the vampire, not vampire then.
Hello again, Venus.
Jonathan, you're still up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. So sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
At least she's healthy.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt. I was so relieved to have him back. But I quickly realized he'd lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation, Venus. But you have to accept the trauma Clarence endured on the battlefield.
The question is simple, Jonathan. Is my husband mad? Yes or no? Do vampires exist? Or is Clarence a lunatic?
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was. instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
The thing is that she is quite determined to denounce her husband. Let's take a look at this. Your life in London? No.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
And there's the last opinion I need. Okay, she actually didn't give me any quests. But I needed entrance to her house to find the friend of that friend.
It's locked, all right.
Venus's journal. I spent the last day and night crying tears of joy. I didn't know the bliss could be so painful. My Clarence just wrote me. He is back from the war alive and unharmed. Okay, he will be at home in... What the hell's going on? He will be at home in 2 weeks, thank you God. Thank you so much, I can't wait. I assume it's wait, to see my beloved husband again. Glenn's attitude still worries me. He is not the same since he came back. The first few weeks I thought it was just a necessary adjustment period, but his behavior seems to be more and more erratic. Nowadays he spends all his time outside day and night searching for evidence. He does not care about the flu, he does not care about me. He is starting to frighten me. And September, 1 month later. I can't believe this. Clarence has spent half of his pension to print some stupid leaflets he now wants to freely give away in the neighborhood. People are starting to laugh at me. Now he wants to organize some public lecture in recently closed theater to warn people about the presence of evil creatures in London. Free entry, of course. My husband may have come back unharmed from the war, but I'm afraid he lost his mind. Clarence just confessed he has not spent half of his pension, but all of it, plus some of our savings. Paper and inks cost so much because of the war, he said, but it is cost we must pay. People openly mock us now. I don't know what to do. They, the butcher, Mr. Galway, sent me the monthly fee and requested payment in full. He also told me he now demands to be paid each time we buy some meat from his shop. No more credit. The baker asked the same thing 2 days ago. First I thought it was a new policy because of the restrictions and the epidemic, but it seems my friends still have financial arrangements from the same shops. I was so ashamed I could not speak. We can't keep on like this. Clarence is completely mad. He is spending all the money we have, and I don't see how to stop him. Sometimes I wish he did not come back from the war. Wow! I need to convince him to stop this. Madness it is. Okay. You gonna close down?
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign. No sign of a struggle.
My dear Jacques. Am I reading this name correct? Jacques. I can't wait to see you again tonight, tomorrow. I can hardly wait since we kissed on that bridge while the moon was so bright in the night sky. I want to feel your teeth again on my lips. Ill? Oh, the excruciating pain of your sweet bite on my neck. You devil, you. For the longest second ever, I feared you were going to kill me right there on the bridge in the middle of the night. But no, my dear Jacques. I assume it's pronounced Jacques. It sounds French. You remind the delicate fiancé I know you are, and you were only tasting me. I can't wait to drink your blood for good this time, and come back to my sweet friend, Charlotte, as an immortal, to play with her a little, first of course, like you taught me how to play with mortals, and then I'll turn her into one of us, too, and we will rule the knights of London, and cleanse the city of all its impure souls. Faithfully always, Emily.
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong.
Yeah.
Someone is responsible for this mess. But who?
Well, you do stupid things, you get stupid results. He's recovering. Oh, I guess there was more things to search there. Silly me.
Hello.
Hello. You know that you are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
I know, I am special. Thank you.
Blood. I should follow the trail.
Foolish creature.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I'm not here to sustain myself. I'm currently investigating the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
I love your outfit, except that little thing there. I think you should get rid of it.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
Not really.
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate, yet intense spectacle.
You don't look French. I can say that because your nose isn't big enough. I look more French than you.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn, sir. And probably before.
Probably. You don't remember your life before that.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
Take pictures. Are you serious? You have any idea how expensive cameras are? In 1918.
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last wedding good.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
The body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
I believe you, sir. Emily's diary confirms your statement.
Oh, Emily was her name. Quite charming. Well, mystery solved then.
Yes, I suppose so. You can go.
And so can you. Farewell, sir. May you enjoy the spectacle of this fallen city as much as I do.
Yes, he is a monster, but I honestly don't care. If he can get away with it, then he's free to be a monster. If the Ascalon wanted to do something about it, then he would be corpse already. Such a pity. Good blood gone bad. It is a travesty after all. I have to help my friend as well.
Support the equality between...
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
Your friend was planning to become a vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure? To become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood.
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Charlotte's steak. Let's take a look at that beauty. Level 5. Increased stamina consumptions, aluminium parts. I think we have aluminium parts. Maybe I'm mistaken. Stun 35. Nice. Nice.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last...
Okay, first, let's switch my steak. My steak, dude. I may need to level up soon. It has been a while. Anyway, next mission. Fertile in the belly of the beast. Find the heresy of pure blood. Find the figure of the Varkolark. Just call it Varkolark, I can pronounce that. Find the violence of vocals. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now. So you were looking for a restaurant? Surprise for London's Lawn Gourmet. Well, I understand that I can do that, however, I am not entirely certain where to look for that. Okay, there is a garbage can there. Okay. Surprise. Okay, I assume we can go there. Come on. It's 160 meters from here, so I can probably walk that distance. $170, 160, okay. Let's run a little bit faster if we can. I don't have enough stamina. Okay, have to wait a little till my stamina regenerates, then we run again.
One of them! Stay back, beast!
Ow.
Back, demon! Back!
Actually, that helped a little. Okay, where to next? I assume we should search for the food. A perfume bottle. Shotgun shells. Yeah, that's cool, I guess. Shillings and lead rod. Okay, I have a question.
Stop right easy, does it? Watch it! It's a killer! All of your bloody leeches need killing. He's being bitten!
Okay, he's dead as well. Okay, this doesn't seem right to me as well. So what, I can actually ask people to help me find a restaurant? I just find it silly. Okay, is there anyone here? A theater.
I cannot enter.
Huh. We're gonna meet that actress we read about.
Stupid beast! He's done for! Watch out for them teeth! Over there!
Yeah, I just want to end this quickly. He didn't even give me anything special. I don't know even if I have to find anything here. It did give me 3 circles. Hello.
I'm sure Kaloon Russell has no interest in such a conventional menu.
Nice. New dialogue available with Dr. Swansea. Might as well go and talk to him. Okay. Now I think we need more stamina. Not as much health though. Good. Okay.
It's on to us.
Okay, make it bleed. No. I need a faster weapon for this nonsense. You know, those markers really suck. Could have gone with the Dragon's Dogma markers. And fighting. So this is the only sanitized place in the world right now. But you cannot enter that. I'm still kind of baffled. How does that even work? Okay, I am in this hospital. It's my hospital and I cannot actually enter all the doors. At least I know where Dr. Swansea is.
Hello, Jonathan. How are things on the West End front?
Complicated, my friend. The rich and powerful feel threatened by the disease, and have asked me to put an end to it.
Yes. It is odd how resolving a crisis suddenly increases in urgency when it affects those who matter.
Does the Brotherhood of St. Paul know anything about the Ascalon Club?
Well, I'm afraid that's unlikely. Ascalon is a sensitive topic, and whatever material the Brotherhood has, I may not have access to.
Who could answer me then?
Usher Talltree, our current primate, may be the only one able to answer you. He's a discreet man who lives in the West End.
It looks like the epidemic is spreading to the western districts of London. I am trying to locate the source of the infection.
It won't be an easy task, my friend. This disease is highly contagious.
Since this epidemic is evidently linked to the vampire curse, we must find the original carrier to understand where it comes from.
I admire your logic, Jonathan, but be careful. Rationality, when it comes to your kind, is not always a reliable lens.
Do you not think epidemiology could be helpful in this matter? To retrace the origin of infection through time and topology?
If anyone can perform such a miracle, it will be you, Dr. Reid.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson, the famous tycoon, is well versed in vampire and occult knowledge?
No, I did not. But that is no surprise. For half a century, it has been quite the trend for English nobility to join secret societies and occult circles.
But Aloysius Dawson is only a rich merchant.
Yes, richer than Croesus. Wealth is more respected than title these days, even in England.
Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul? Try to join your group?
It would not surprise me, but I am certain he's never been a member.
Thank you for your time, Edgar.
Okay, I am actually going to end this episode here, so... Interesting. Thank you all for joining me, and I'm gonna see you all next time. Goodbye.